No way. That's an actual Scareclaw deck that ended up topping, and we have more Plunder Patrol for you guys. I'm back to 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 100k ladder. Scareclaw. Sebastian Crawford returns with another pile for us today. And you know what? I am actually extremely excited to see that Scareclaw, of all things, can get the chance to perform here, because most people looked at this deck and they're like, I don't know if this deck can perform. Well, evidently, when you put a nice little package in your deck called the Red of Armisia package, and you have access to scythe locking your opponent, why would you not end up having success? Yes, I know it's another scythe locking deck, which is fine, but you got to remember, when you have access to win conditions on this level, why would you not take advantage of them? I think it's completely arrogant not to, or ignorant not to. So we have one Artifact Scythe, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. We actually have 1 Jet Synchron for revivability. Gotta love it. We have triple copies of Scareclaw Acro. Special summon from your hand to an adjacent monster zone to a Scareclaw monster you control or in its column. God, I love these. These mechanics for these guys are so cool. And then once per your Scarecrow monsters in the extra monster zones gain 300 attack for each defense position monster you control. Oh boy. Astra here, same thing, special summon to your main monster zone adjacent to a Scareclaw monster you control, blah blah blah. Your Scareclaw monsters in the extra monster zone can attack a number of times each battle phase equal to your defense position monsters. So remember, this whole gimmick is just defense mode everything. Balone here, special summon same way. Scareclaw in your monster zone gets the ability to pierce through trample. And then Right Heart here, special summon this card from your hand to your main monster zone adjacent to a Scareclaw. You can only special summon Scareclaw Reinhardt once per turn. And if this card is normal special summon, you add a Scareclaw spell trap card from your deck to your hand. If you have 3 or more defense position monsters, you can draw 1. So you're going to get extra value out of this. And then, of course, good old Vice's Starfrost. Gotta love tuning capabilities. 1 Griffin Rider with the triple water enchantress, 1 Dracoback, triple Italy. Oh boy, Italy. We have 1 Monster Reborn. Then we have the triple copies of the planet Ryctophobia. Activation, you get to add a Scareclaw or a Vice's Starfrost. It's really good. Monster opponent can lose 100 attacking defense for each defense position monster. 3 or more defense position monsters on the field. Target a card on the field and destroy it. Alright, that's actually pretty straightforward. We have 1 Rhoda, triple Right, and then we have triple Scareclaw Arrival, so that you revive a... Okay, so you can target a Scareclaw or a Vice's Starfrost or Graveyard special summon defense position. A Scareclaw monster be destroyed by a card effect, has the replacement effect. Standard stuff. 1 Terraforming, we have the 1 Sklath, or Splash. So, target a Scareclaw or Vice's Starfrost you control. It can attack while in face of defense position. If it does, apply its attack or defense, whichever is higher. And your opponent activates a card or effect while you control a Scareclaw monster in your extra monster zone. Send this graveyard to negate that effect. Ooh, free negates. Down in the next deck, we have 1 Celine, and then we have Tri-Heart here. This is going to be your value. So you have to use 3 things to make this, which is big ol' stinky, but it's fine. Alright, it must be Link Summon. All face-up monsters on the field go to defense mode. Alright, unaffected by the activated effects of defense position monsters. And then once per turn, if this card in the extra monster zone, you target a level 3 Scareclaw monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And if you do, you get to add a Scareclaw from your deck to your hand. You get locked in the Scareclaw, but that's fine. That's not a problem for the rest of this turn, sure. I'll just do all my combo plays before that. We have 1 Almirage, the 1 Link Spider, the 1 Unicorn with 1 IP, 1 Hulk, 1 Cherubini, 1 Dagda, 1 Axis Code with 1 Wonder Magician, 1 Black Rose, and 1 Baron. Side deck here we have triple Alpha, 2 copies of Phantasmic, 2 Cosmic, 1 Herpes Feather Duster, triple Regeki, 1 Scareclaw Alternative, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up our first place Scareclaw list. Next up here is Plunder Patrol. So it's been a little bit since we've seen this deck, you know, climbing the 7 seas here, but it actually got the chance to do well. Yes, we are actually playing an Edgimp Sabers in this deck, which is kind of interesting, I guess. Alright, so our little Plunder Patrol booty. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Black Eyes, triple copies of Bluebeard. We have triple copies of DD Crow, 1 Edgimp Sabers, 1 Effect Veiler, triple copies of Goldie Hair, 2 Magician Souls with 2 copies of Redbeard, one Wandering Griffin Rider with triple Water Enchantress, triple copies of Whitebeard, with the 2 copies of the Magician's Souls, or Illusions. You gotta love this little package for draw power. We have 1 Draco back, 2 Faithful Adventure, 1 Foolish Barrel, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, 1 Mystic Mine, 2 copies of Shipyard, triple copies of Red Ever Measier, triple copies of Small World, oh that's cute, 1 Terraforming, triple copies of Triple Tactics Talents, and 2 copies of the Booty. Wrapping up our little main deck here. Main deck is very, very straightforward, honestly. I like this. 53 cards, by the way. We have 1 Celine, 1 Almirage with 1 Hawk, triple copies of Blackbeard, holy moly, 1 Axis Machine, triple Moric, 1 2 Brand, and triple copies of the Lice. And then we have 2 Token Collectors, 2 Dark Holes, triple Raigeki, 1 Set Rotation, 2 Twin Twisters, 1 Zombie World. We're not even playing the Necro Banshee in this. Well, I mean, I guess. So you have to hard draw this in your pile. That's going to be hard. We have 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance and 2 copies of Dimensional Barrier here, wrapping up our 60, not even 60, our 53 card pile of Adventure. And you know what? I think that this is pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen. This definitely proves that you can pick up and have fun with Plunder Patrol again. Next up here is Dinomorphia. Oh boy, we're playing the Ferret Flames. If the combined attack of all faces monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle monsters they control into the deck, their choice. So the combined attack of all the remaining monsters they control become less than or equal to your life points. This is literally like the free board cleanup that you always want to remember, Dinomorphia. You're going down to like 1,000 life points and then praying that you don't die. We have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Diplos, triple copies of Theresia, 2 copies of Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison, 1 Called by the Grave, 2 Fossil Dig, triple Duality, 1 Alert, 2 copies of Brute, triple copies of Domain, triple copies of Frenzy. Why would you not be playing the best card in the deck? We have 1 Reversion, 1 copy of Shell, 2 copies of Sonic, 2 copies of Ferret Flames, 2 Gravedigger's Trap Hole, triple Imperm, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Logia with 1 Dolka, 1 Psychic the Punisher, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Dragostapelia, 1 copy of Masquerade. Huh, that's interesting. We have triple copies of Stealth Kingrina, triple copies of Rexstrom, and triple copies of Kingrina. And then we have 1 copy of Bankertops, 2 Godarlas, 1 copy of Change of Heart, 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice, triple Super Poly. Oh, that's cute. We Super Poly into this. Okay. We have 2 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 copies of Dimensional Barrier, and 2 copies of Summon Limit here, wrapping up our Control Aspect deck here. I like how, you see, isn't it cool? You have so much room here for this, it's ridiculous. I would personally consider Prosperity in this, because you can afford the mill. I feel like not playing Prosperity in this is kind of a little bit of a hindrance, considering like how much you're going to be turboing through the deck, and you can afford the resources for it. Alright, like, you don't have a reason to not be playing it. And the last we have for you guys here is Trickstar Branded. This got top 8 out of its locals here last weekend, which is very, very nice. I know a lot of people have been excited to mess around with Trickstars here, so getting the chance to show off more builds with this is a very good thing. For some reason, everybody just wants to play Trickstars right now. Now the White Stage is back at 2. I did not understand this deck had such a fan base. We have 1 Adlydium, triple copies of a Wooburr, 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 Tragedies, triple Drone Lockbird, 2 copies of Fallen of Alpaz, triple Gamma, triple copies of Candina, of course, 1 Coralbane with 1 Lilybill and 2 Licorice. Honestly, cutting back on the Licorice, while this card is like massively good in terms of value, it doesn't do enough right now. We have 1 Drivey Boy, triple copies of Branded Fusion, 2 Branded in Red, triple Branded Opening, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Theater, triple copies Pot of Extract, that's ballsy. We have 2 Small World, 1 Terraforming, 2 Trickstar Light Stage, and triple copies of Reincarnation. Down here in the next deck, we have the 1 Dragostapelia, triple Mirror Jade, 2 copies of Masquerade, triple Lubellium, 2 Guardian Chimera, 1 Quadratus, and triple copies of Albion. And then we have 1 copy of Banshee, triple Token Collector, triple Droplet, 2 Super Poly, 2 Twin Twisters, 1 Zombie World, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up this chunk of interesting little ideas for you guys to mess around with. So what do you think about all of these lists? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Stay safe out there, alright? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.